Hey everybody, Artifact Monarch here, back at it again with another Monarch deck profile video for you guys. It's been quite a minute since I've shown an update from my Monarchs. I think it was about a week ago since I did my deck profile. I think a week ago I did my deck profile, my updated Monarch list, post YCS results, and now I have a new intake on this build. Shoutouts to Innovation YGO for the idea. Every time I use somebody else's ideas in the video, I make sure to credit them. Innovation YGO, just like that. Type in YouTube, check out his channel. He has some pretty good stuff, and plus he's one of the only, I think the only YouTuber to have live matches recorded, and it's live on YouTube, of actual tournament rounds. Him using his awesome spirals against degenerate shit like Zoo, World Chalice, Dracos, Didos, etc., etc. So yeah, guys, check it out. But I believe the main reason that you came to this video is for an awesome Monarch list from your boy Artifact Monarch again. So now we have triple Erebus. It's gonna be amazing. It's just so amazing to run this card in the threes. A lot of people were actually speculating back in the Monarch format that this guy was gonna get put to 1, along with Cypher and Omega, because hand loop cards are annoying in the game. And it's still at 3. Sadly, she got put to 1. But, you know, I actually personally like Erebus board Aether anyway, with the way that I play Monarchs. Aether, in my personal opinion, was not the problem card. He was one of the main problem cards. I always abuse Erebus more than Aether. And when I abuse Aether, it's just for more draws and nothing more off of this dude, which I will never play 3 of in my life. And then, for this build, I'm playing Double Majesties. And that's it for the monsters, because we got some other monsters in here as well that we're going to get into right now. So that's it for the tribute fodder. And allow me to correct myself on that. I said tribute fodder, I meant tribute monsters. The tribute fodder is coming up right now. So we have your 3 Adas, your 2 Idos, and your 2 Gofu. I would never max out on Gofu ever again. And from when I tried 3, it was fucking horrible. And I honestly have considered putting this shit to 1 itself just to make space for a Mithra or a 3rd Eidos if you want. But it's a good outlaw target, so I decided to keep that too, but it's probably the worst tribute fodder in the deck. It's literally only super good for comboing off of Karaz, to be honest. Nothing more. And you're going to banish them with Allures a lot of the times. So yeah, that's going to be it for the tribute fodder. And now for the real spice of the deck, we're throwing in the Kaijus in here as well. These are the last monsters of the deck anyways, so in the deck we're playing the deck anyway, so we might as well include this. This is why we're not running Vanity's Fiend in the main, because we're making space for these bad boys. I don't have my Dark Kaiju on me right now, which sucks, because you will play that one in here, because it's our Darkness target, so it will make sense to play the Dark Kaiju in here. That's the only one I don't have, but I guarantee that I'll have it for you guys when it's time for me to start playing Monarchs at locals again. Like, when the ban list comes out, True Draco gets hit, Ash starts getting dropped from a lot of decks, because the main reason a lot of people are playing Ash right now is for True Draco. I can see Ash getting dropped somewhat if the True Draco gets hit hard enough on the list where they can't really be used anymore. And then I'm probably going to be going from Stellars back to Monarchs, because Monarchs are just more powerful in general. And it's variants like this that I love so much. So yeah, Kaijus are amazing in the deck, and I'm going to show you guys test hands of going first and second. So time for the rest of the spells. And again, double Kaiju Slumber, because Kaiju Slumber is just a board wipe in itself. It's basically access to Dark Hole and the Regeki in the main. So yeah, it's just a great card you want to have available altogether. And then for the other spells, the other generic spells, we have 2 Owler of Darkness, 2 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 for 1 Enderota. A lot of people ask me why I don't main deck the Foolish Burial. I mean, you have the Kaijus. You can technically use Kaijus for tribute summoning as well. So you don't have to run Foolish if you're going to see a whole bunch of Monarch spells and traps, because there'll be almost never a hand in this deck where you don't see a monster. So you want to be able to have access to your tribute fodder, being Ada, Eidos, etc., being able to draw your cards with Owler, being able to mill Panthesiums, and Kaiju Slumbers, along with Prime Monarchs to the graveyard with Fool's Burial Goods, which is why I play the deck this way. But yeah, guys, on to the actual Monarch spells. And for the Monarch spells, we're playing Triple Domain. Domain is just broke. It's the only reason that Monarchs are still even being considered as a budget deck. I don't see Monarchs ever getting hit again in the list unless they get born broken support. But Konami's done with the Monarchs for now. They're not getting any more broken support yet, so we don't have to worry about that right now. Triple Tenacity because it allows you to search all of your other Monarch spells and traps, including Domain. 2 double return, 1 March, 1 Stormforth, and the most powerful draw card in the game, Panthesium. A lot of people think the most powerful draw card in the game is Power Greed or Graceful. No, it's Panthesium. Because it allows you to just get a free search if you have 3 copies of Domain in the deck, so it's like a Stratos, so it's like a Tenacity or a Stratos, allowing you to get Domain in the hand, and you're getting a plus, and it's basically a +3 at the end of the day, because if you discard Prime with this, which is going to happen a lot, which is the last 2 cards in the deck, if you discard Prime with this, you're going to have Prime and Gray. You can use banish this, get Tenacity to hand, use Tenacity, reveal Monarch, get Domain from deck to hand, banish Tenacity, summon Prime, activate Domain, reveal Eddibus from hand, tribute Prime, summon Eddibus, use the effect, mill 2 more from deck to graveyard, spin a card in your hand back into the deck, activate the March or the Monarchs, and then you're done. What you got on them? Nothing. And the reason that you play the March or the Monarchs is to avoid board wipes, like Slumbers, Dark Holes, and Regekis, and Torrentials from doing anything to you. Also, it's a great way to bait out the Dryden, because they don't want this hitting the field, and them not being able to do anything about it later on in the game. So yeah, that's the entire main. Let's go into the side. But again, for the traps, you're just playing your double prime. In this version, I decided to cut escalation because this deck is not so necessary in this version. Now for the side, we're playing triple Vanity's Fiend. The reason that you're side decking him is because you have the Kaijus in the main. If you're going to get in a matchup that you feel that Kaijus wouldn't be as helpful as the Trickstar matchup, then you could side them out for Vanity's Fiends going first. Vanity's Fiend is an auto win against Trickstars because then they can't special summon. They'll literally need a board wipe in order to clear the stain off the field, and you can't Kaiju Slumber him or Kaiju him while he's face up on field. So there's something to say about that too. Then I play double Ogre, double Droll, and your 1 Maxi. I don't have the money for Ash, but I personally like Droll and Lockbird better than Maxi. I mean, I have her, but I don't have... It's not that I don't have the money for her. I'm sorry, guys. Allow me to rephrase. I have access to her since I'm a sponsored player again in the Team PPG now. Yet again, after a year of rebuilding my name in the community, but I just don't want to play Ash. The card bothers me too much. I hate the card too much for me to ever play her in one of my main or side decks. At least until she gets a reprint, so I'll know that everybody will be able to afford it and use it. And it'll be more fair and balanced in the game. Triple Twin Twisters, because Twin Twisters is a great way of clearing out Mask of Restricts, Zombie Worlds, or shit like that. Those cards randomly come up on you. I also play Darkholm Regeki, extra board wipes just in case, and the last 2 cards you play in the side, as I did in my last Monarch deck profile, 2 of the Monarch Direct. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, that's 15 cards in the side. Interpret the side as whatever you may have it or will it to be, where if you want side dimensional barriers, the artifact engine, or whatever. You can change your side, or you can just not play Kaiju Monarchs, and you can look back to my build that's titled Post YCS Results, which at the YCS, and you can look back at that version if you want the Domain version, which I'm gonna be like the pure old school Domain version without any spice, which I'm going to be doing an update on that one eventually too. Probably more towards the end of the week, like around Thursday or Friday, I'll be updating it nonetheless. So let's get started with the test hands. If you guys are excited for that, please leave a like, please subscribe, and just get ready to have some fun while watching this pleb shuffle some hands. Now, the first test hands that we're going to be doing, we're actually going to be going second instead of first. And then we'll do the other test. We're going to be doing 2 test hands going second and 3 going first. To show you guys this deck doesn't break and that it's super consistent. That it doesn't really brick as much as people say it does. Your main problems are Ash, which is the one reason that I wouldn't run this deck until this format ends. But once this format ends, I say you can start running it again. Let's see what you got. Slumber, nice. Prime, nice. Rhoda, nice. Panthesium, better. And a Kaiju. So you're playing going second, right? Jordan items, not bad. So now you can use Slumber. Wipe out your opponent's board, right into shit like that. And you'll be able to give them Gamasio. It's Gamasio, not Gramasio. It's Gamasio. For you guys that didn't know how to pronounce that properly. So you give Gamasio to your opponent, you give yourself Jizuketo. Obviously, because he's by far the strongest one in the entire fucking deck. Let's bring that down over here. That goes to grave. Let's move this a little over. Yep, there you go. Let's shuffle a little better. The fact that you got a Slumber going already is good for you. Panthesium Prime. Draw 2. Right. Hour of Darkness. Eddibus. Prime. I'm gonna banish Gofu. We'll normal summon Eidos. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Panthesium and Grave. You see, you got so much here. You got so much here you can do. You still have triple domain deck, so I'm not gonna take the time to reveal 3. So you already Kaiju Slumbered away your opponent's board. And Kaiju Slumber, in my personal opinion, is a great way to bait out Ash, because they'll probably Ash that before anything else. Because if you're playing Kaiju Slumber, they don't know what you're running yet, so they gotta see what's up. So now you're gonna use Domain to reveal Eddibus. I guess you can use Rhoda to search. Bring out Edios from deck. I guess you can use Edios like a defense. You're gonna tribute Edia for Eddibus. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, so they can't strike this, they have to strike that. Edia gets Panthesium back. Oh my god! I just realized we can just Panthesium Prime again. And yeah, you can just swing from here. I mean, the pluses are just so real. And you got a 3300 beat stick on field now, which is just insane. I mean, this is definitely one of the best hands I've seen in a while. Anyways, second test hand. See how we do Domain, nice. Tenacity, Panthesium, and a Kaiju. Right. So we're going second, right? Yep. So the first thing we're going to do is they have a Masterpiece or a Dragon. Have a Kaiju. That simple. Get that shit off the field. Give it a Dragon so they can't disrupt their plays, ruin your fucking turn. You're going to use Tenacity, Reveal Abyss. They'll probably end up like ashing that. So, rip. Ripperoni. And then you can use Panthesium, Domain, draw 2 cards. That's nice. And then you can banish Panthesium. And then in this case, you could just reveal these, and chances are your opponent's just going to give you March because they don't want you to gain access to Stormforce because Stormforce is the power card. Yeah, Stormforce is just an insane power card altogether. And I mean, Domain just locks you out. So now you're going to have to try to hard draw Domain quick. So let's see what you can do with this. So we're definitely going to use Owl or Darkness. Slumber, Tenacity, Banish Abyss, of course. I guess we can just do Slumber on this field again. Again, the Slumber coming in clutch. We'll give ourselves Dog. Should we do it this way? We'll give them Doggeron, and we'll give ourselves just a kill. Because next turn we could just banish Kaiju Slumber to search Gamasio. Yeah, search Gamasio from deck to hand, so that's always helpful. There's a little better view of what's going on there. At this point, you could just use March. You know what now? Give them Gamasio. Because you gotta be able to attack over something. This is why you run Gamasio in the deck your deck list, people. But yeah, now at this point you can just tribute Jizukill, summon your Majesties, which is exactly why I'm running the Kaijus in here. And now at this point you can just attack over Gamasio. And a lot of people, this card is Majesties right here is very underrated against Zoo. Because he just gets so much fucking shit done. Because here's the thing. They can't activate their monster effects. They don't have Chalice, which even if they had, March of the Monarchs is going to stop them. They can't do anything. Literally. They can't Chalice him, so their monster effects are not going to be able to be instated. If they can't resolve their monster effects, they're going to have a much more hard time playing. Because sure, they can stack on that one extra monster, and they can stack as much as they want, but they won't be able to use a single effect of those monsters. No whiptails, no nothing. And here's what you're left with in hand. And next turn, boom, Ada. So even if they manage to take this out, you're going to be able to plus so hard with Karaz because this is the perfect 3-card combo. Tenacity, Reveal Karaz. Yo, you know what? Let's do it live for you guys. We'll make this the last test hand though because this video is getting a little long. But yeah, you'll be able to search return Monarchs. Activate return. Use Ada. Summon Eidos. Tribute Ada. Summon Courage. Chaining 1, Chaining 2, Chaining 3. Get this back to hand. Just get your search for Aether. And then Cross is going to be able to pop these two. Let's see what you draw into. Stormforth, Kaiju. Well, technically, what you could have done is just banish and search Slumber. I would have noticed that if I wasn't such a pleb, so yeah. And guess what, guys? You're back to a full hand of 5 cards. In the matter of 2 turns. And keep in mind, you have a heavy graveyard pool of cards now. When you manage to start getting more things set up. And yeah, I mean, you have Aether Stormforth, which is the perfect 2-card combo to pull off on your opponent during their turn. So yeah, guys, we're gonna do one more just for you guys. So now we're gonna be going first. Now Kaijus generally don't have the advantage going first, so we're gonna see what happens. Oh, shaky cam there, I see. Prime, Gamasio, Panthesium. I've been seeing this a lot today. Alright, Rhoda. First priority. Gotta get that Rhoda to go off. Adia. Panthesium. And Prime, you get to draw 2 cards. Stormforth, Tenacity, beautiful. Now you can banish Panthesium from grave. You're gonna reveal 3 domain. You're gonna get domain in your hand anyways. And then you can activate domain, activate return, summon Edia effect, summon Edios. Keep in mind, this is all going first, folks. You're gonna tribute Edia and Edios for Gamasio. Because keep in mind that it says you can special summon this card your opponent's out of the field by tributing a monster they control. You can still technically tribute summon them. That's a rule. You're allowed to do that. And now you're gonna go, let's go over here for a minute. You get Edia's affecting grave in order to get Panthesium back to your hand. You're gonna, whoa, hold up. There you go. And now you have returns effect in order to be able to search. I would search at this point Aether because you have Aether Stormforth in your hand. And check it out, guys. You were able to set up the domain lock and still keep 4 cards in hand. If that's not insane, then I don't know what is insane for this deck. Because these types of hands just, like, normally you have a hard time getting this far. But the Kaijus in the deck just seem to increase your ceiling so much farther. With literally your worst matchup being True Draco. And with True Draco being a deck that's on the verge of leaving. And Kaiju's being able to help you going second, yet at the same time they can still help going first. But that's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good night. Peace out. Boo!